Some people think they notice cancer quickly, the softness, the warmth, the careful way they listen, the way their eyes seem to hold water even when they're smiling. But the real cancer isn't the first impression. The real cancer is what you realize later, when you needed them, when you hurt them, when you tested them, when you took them for granted, and suddenly the tide changed. Because cancer isn't just a person. Cancer is an atmosphere, a home, a memory that learns how to breathe. And if you've ever loved one or been one, you know the strangest truth. The most important parts of them are the parts they almost never show on purpose. There are secrets in cancer's personality that most people don't notice until it's too late. Until the door that always felt open is suddenly closed, and the same arms that used to reach for you now fold inward, protecting something sacred. If you want more messages like this, messages that help you understand yourself and the people you love, subscribe to Signs and Secrets and stay close, because what you're about to hear might explain an entire chapter of your life. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon doesn't shout. The moon pulls. It moves the ocean without asking permission. It changes the world by changing the water. That's what Cancer does, quietly, constantly. And if you keep mistaking their calm for simplicity, you will miss the whole universe living behind their eyes. Secret 1. Cancer remembers the feeling, not just the moment. You might forget what you said. You might forget the date. You might forget how it happened. But Cancer remembers the emotional temperature of it all. How safe they felt, how small they felt, how seen they felt. And because they remember the feeling, they remember you. The version of you that showed up when it counted. The version of you that didn't. Secret 2. Cancer tests safety, not love. People assume Cancer is always testing to see if you care. But deeper than that, Cancer is testing for safety. Can I relax around you? Can I be soft without being punished for it? Can I be honest without being used? They're not trying to control you. They're trying to learn whether their tenderness is protected in your hands or crushed by them. Secret 3. Cancer's loyalty is a spiritual vow. To Cancer, loyalty isn't just staying. It's choosing, over and over. It's devotion that has a quiet sacredness to it, like lighting a candle in the same place every night. That's why betrayal hits Cancer like a shock to the soul. It's not simply that you left. It's that you broke the invisible contract they were living by. Secret 4. Cancer can sense emotional weather before it arrives. They notice what changes in your voice, the pause that doesn't belong, the smile that doesn't reach your eyes. Cancer doesn't need proof the way other signs do, because their intuition is proof. And sometimes their greatest curse is being right before the world is ready to admit the truth. Secret 5. Cancer's kindness has boundaries, quiet ones. Cancer will give and give and give. But there is a line that most people don't see because Cancer doesn't announce it with drama. It's a private line, drawn in the heart. When you cross it enough times, Cancer doesn't rage. They withdraw. They become polite. They become distant. They become fine. And fine is the sound of the door closing. Secret 6. Cancer protects you the way they wish someone protected them. This is why they check on you, why they worry, why they remember the small details, why they try to make your life easier in ways you didn't ask for. Cancer often becomes what they needed when they were younger. Someone consistent, someone gentle, someone who stays. And when that care is dismissed, it doesn't just hurt, it reopens an old wound they never fully named. Secret 7. Cancer's love language is emotional shelter. They don't just want romance, they want refuge. They want to be the place you can breathe. And they want you to be that place for them too. If you only show up for the fun parts, Cancer will eventually feel alone inside the relationship, like they're building a home that you keep visiting but never living in. Secret 8. Cancer can outgrow people in silence. Not every ending looks like a fight. Sometimes it looks like Cancer evolving quietly, choosing therapy, choosing peace, choosing better, choosing themselves. And the person who thought Cancer would always accept crumbs suddenly realizes the old access is gone. Cancer didn't leave to punish you. Cancer left to stop abandoning themselves. Here's something personal. If you're listening, and you've ever felt like your heart carries more than your hands can hold, I want you to mark this moment. Drop a comment with your date of birth and your zodiac sign. Tell us who you are and what part of this message found you. Sometimes the simple act of being witnessed is the beginning of healing. Secret 9. Cancer forgives, but the body remembers. Cancer might say, "It's okay." They might mean it too. But their nervous system doesn't always release the memory. Their body remembers what it felt like to be disappointed. So even when they forgive, they may become more cautious, more guarded, not because they hate you, because they learned. Secret 10. Cancer's mood swings are often emotional honesty. People call it sensitive, but sensitivity is not weakness, it's information. Cancer's feelings change because their awareness changes. They pick up on shifts, they track patterns, they notice what others deny. And if you want a Cancer to feel stable with you, don't demand that they feel less. Create a space where they can feel safely. Secret 11. Cancer doesn't need perfection. Cancer needs sincerity. They can handle flaws. They can handle mistakes. They can handle human mess. What they can't handle is emotional dishonesty, the half-truth, the vague apology, the affection that appears only when it's convenient. Cancer would rather hear a painful truth than live inside a beautiful lie. Join as a member to support the channel and unlock exclusive content. Secret 12. Cancer's strongest trait is not emotion, it's endurance. People underestimate Cancer because they look soft. But softness is not fragility. Cancer survives storms. Cancer rebuilds after heartbreak. Cancer keeps loving after disappointment until they finally learn the difference between love and self-erasure. If you have ever seen a Cancer rise after being broken, you know that is not weakness, that is power. And if this is resonating, if you've ever loved a Cancer, lost a Cancer, or recognized yourself in this, take a second to like this video. It helps this message reach the people who need it, and it tells the algorithm, this matters. Secret 13. Cancer gives more chances than they should. Cancer sees the best in people. They remember your potential. They remember your pain. They can explain your behavior in 1,000 compassionate ways. And sometimes they stay longer than their spirit can afford because they keep believing love will be enough to change what only accountability can change. Secret 14. Cancer can feel lonely even while being loved. If the love is surface level, if the connection doesn't go deep, Cancer can feel emotionally starved while still being in a relationship. They need intimacy, not just closeness. They need you to want their inner world, not just their presence. And when they don't feel met, they start turning into themselves for comfort, which is the beginning of their leaving. Secret 15. Cancer's jealousy is usually fear of replacement. It's not always possessiveness. It's the fear that the tenderness they offered wasn't valued. The fear that they are loved for what they provide, not for who they are. Reassurance doesn't mean you're controlled. It means you understand that Cancer's heart is not a game, it's a living altar. Secret 16. Cancer speaks in hints when they don't feel safe to be direct. If you want truth from Cancer, don't punish honesty. Don't mock vulnerability. Don't turn their feelings into drama. The more emotionally safe they feel, the clearer they become. But if they learn that honesty costs them love, they will start speaking in fragments, hoping you care enough to listen between the lines. Secret 17. Cancer's anger is usually grief wearing armor. When Cancer finally snaps, it's rarely about one thing. It's about all the times they swallowed their needs to keep the peace. All the moments they stayed quiet to avoid conflict. All the times they hoped you'd notice. Anger is what shows up when sadness has been ignored for too long. Secret 18. Cancer can love you deeply and still leave you. This is the one that shocks people. Cancer doesn't always stop loving when they stop staying. Sometimes they leave while love is still present, because staying would cost them their self-respect, their peace, their healing. Cancer can carry love like a photograph in their pocket while walking away from the frame that kept hurting them. Secret 19. Cancer needs emotional consistency more than grand gestures, the big apology, the dramatic surprise, the intense promise. Those might touch them, but they won't keep them. What keeps Cancer is steady care, a relationship that feels like a safe rhythm, not a roller coaster. If you want a Cancer to trust you, be the same person on Tuesday that you were on Sunday. Secret 20. Cancer's distance is often self-protection, not cruelty. When they pull back, it's not always a punishment. Sometimes it's the only way they know how to breathe. Cancer retreats to recalibrate, to listen to their intuition, to check if they've been betraying themselves by staying too open in a place that wasn't gentle with their heart. Secret 21. Cancer's final goodbye is quiet and irreversible. Most people miss it because Cancer doesn't always announce the end. They simply stop trying. They stop reminding. They stop reaching. They become civil. They become calm. They become a version of themselves that feels like a closed door with a polite sign on it. And later, people say, they changed. But Cancer didn't change. Cancer healed. Cancer chose themselves. Cancer finally did what their soul had been whispering for months, and maybe that's the deepest secret of all. Cancer isn't here to be used up by the world. Cancer is here to learn how to love without losing themselves, to protect their tenderness like something holy, to build a home inside their own chest that no one can take away. If you felt this in your bones, subscribe to Signs and Secrets, because the messages that find you at the right time can change the way you see your entire life. And if you haven't yet, like this video before you go. It's a simple way to support the channel and help more hearts find clarity. Now tell me in the comments, what's your date of birth and what's your zodiac sign? And if you're a Cancer, what is the one secret you wish people understood about you before they lost access to your heart? Thank you for being here and for taking this message seriously. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel.